Navy will take on the Florida Gators here at Alumni Hall.
Last 20 years or so, it's been like that.
Well, here we go. Game 2 of the Veterans Classic is underway, and the Gators come out running right away. Allen with the layup on what looked like a design play off the tip.
They're very high on Kevon Allen. There's no doubt about it.
Arkansas Player of the Year, Gatorade High School Player of the Year. So a quick 2-0 lead for the Florida Gators. There's Tillman Dunbar, the senior from Woodbridge, Virginia, averaged 9 points per game last year, and he has his first bucket this year. You'll see a lot of the offense go through Will Kelly, who needs to be a good defender for the Midshipmen. Dunbar stumbling, staying on his feet. Here is Kelly off the glass, good, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw.
They throw, the slower they play, better for Navy.
That was Kevon Allen, the freshman, who was called for the traveling violation. A lot of points in game number 1. A little slower start here in game 2. Hogan to the corner for Anderson for 3. Dunbar. Florida scored with 19:57 on the clock to start the game. Over 5 minutes without a goal. Devin Robinson, part of the SEC all-rookie team with the rebound. You're looking for big things from him this year.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a terrific player. And as I said before on the first game, guys make their biggest jump from their freshman year to their sophomore year. And I think Devin Robinson is going to do that after he throws up a semi-air ball there. If he was on cue, would have gone into the basket.
That would have been perfect. They're going to count the bucket.
Navy's done a good job with their half-court offense. They're not scoring a lot, but they're running their stuff without turning the ball over, and that's a huge key.
Three-pointer from Zach Fong, no good, and Hill with the rebound. Yeah, if you're Navy, you're hoping you're up by a little bit more than this at this point. Francis Ramirez missed the shot, but the putback was there for the Gators. To graduation, and that certainly hurts. They're hoping that somebody's going to step up and take that responsibility.
Well, the odd thing about last year's game against Michigan State is they played the whole game basically without their best player, Worth Smith.
Worth Smith, right. Little touch pass to the outside for Walker, and Walker slams it home from about 7 feet away. There's a lot on that shot.
Well, somebody got a piece of it. That's why he basically threw it up to the basket. I don't know how that went in. That was a line drive.
9-6 the score. Kelly up top between the rings. Casey Hill is hawking Zach Fong, and there's Hill's hands again. Fong's able to save it. Hassan Abdullah can't hang on. Casey Hill leads Robinson for the two-handed slam.
Not a great night.
Well, you can laugh at it.
8-9 game. Oh, yeah, is that right? Who said?
No. Halfway through this first half, tied at 9. A lot of offense in game 1, not so much here in game number 2. Shane Anderson has 1 3-pointer so far. Tough pass to the baseline for Hogan, but Hogan converts. Chase Hogan averaged just under 4 points per game last year.
And let's understand this, Tom. I mean, Florida is trying to run even on made baskets, but that 1-2 3/4 court press is really slowing Florida up. Look at all these passes Florida's making.
Right.
You can't play fast if you're making 6 passes, 7 passes on every possession.
Have they switched up their offense a little bit, though? Florida, have they switched their offense up a little bit?
They're trying to move a little bit more. They're trying to get a little more screening.
Yeah. Rimmer lays it in off the miss. And we're tied at 11.
They haven't really gotten a lot of effective traps. You know, well, maybe he's doing a good job of keeping the ball. Oh, that's not a good place to go. I was just going to say, they've been keeping the ball out of trap areas, and then they went to this corner of half court.
Here's Casey Hill, bumps off Shane Anderson. No, there's to Robinson. They got a nice 2-man game going right now.
He's athletic.
Which one?
Devin Robinson. And Casey Hill also. See, that's the shot I'm talking about. That is not
in
a
transition.
Good shot. Yeah, well, it's not a good shot because what happened is, here's what happens. Florida comes down and they do that. That's what they want.
Chance to be on the yard to see the mids and some of the greatest basketball collegiate talent in the Gators now at 50% from the floor. Anderson trying to muscle his way in, doesn't get the roll. Loose ball picked up by Hogan. Nice touch. They're going to need here from beyond the arc. Well, here's this pressure we were talking about. Now they set the offense up with 22 on the shot clock. Now that doesn't really bother Florida that much, but
see, now they're running the man-to-man offense, and it's much, much more difficult to match up as you can.
July of last season, so missed the entire year. Doolin with his entry pass to Alade. Alade backing his way in, trying to get some positioning. Tight quarters. And another rebound for the Gators. Gioza, three is good. 9-point lead. It's a 15-4 run for the Gators. Abdullah, well, he lost control of that one, and Chioza picked his pocket pretty clean, heading to the rim, and an easy layup.
Can't struggle, and they can't score in a half
Right.
court. But their defense has done what it was supposed to do, or what. Put it this way: if you told Ed Utellus they're going to have 26 at halftime, he would have taken that in a second.
Absolutely. Game clock under 1, shot clock under 10. Dunbar into the land of Giants, off balance shot, but Alade, and hope that they can connect on a bucket.
And at the worst, don't let Florida score on the last possession.
Shot clock is down to 5. Here's Fong, fakes the 3, now takes the 3 short. And Robinson brings it up the floor. He's got time to go. Robinson right to the rim, draws the foul and makes the basket. Not floated back. Robinson to the free throw line, connects.
I think Florida's problem this year is going to be what Florida's problem was last year. When they're in, I think your team wants to play somebody else.
Right.
If there's some formula, I would love to.
Here's FInney-Smith, puts it on the floor, goes to the basket, draws the foul. 27 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that does not bode well.
Was called on Alade, and now a steal by Anderson.
That was a terrible pass by Dorian FInney-Smith.
Doolin feeds it inside for Hogan. Anderson wants a screen. Goes to the corner for Doolin for 3. Good! That'll wake everybody up a little bit here.
Well, that was some good offense there. Dribble penetration and a kick to the corner.
Back to a 10-point game. Hill tries to answer and does. 13 on the shot clock for the Midshipmen as they inbound here. And a 3-point attempt by Ryan Pearson is no good. Casey Hill runs down the rebound. Here's Walker, right side of the lane, sweeps in, no good. Rebound is pulled down, and the Gators get an easy bucket.
That they have not used. They didn't have a big guy last year in there who could score. I think he's capable of making some baskets inside.
And then the obvious statement too is Dorian Finney-Smith, who's been quiet tonight, needs to get his points as well. Shot clock is down to 2. Francis Ramirez for 3. Good! Halfway through the second half. Hogan's been quiet in the second half. Here's Anderson, has it stripped away by Chioza. He's got numbers, leaves it for Francis Ramirez, and now Dorian Finney-Smith with the easy slam.
They get up pretty quick.
They do. And the lead is up to 16. 4 points for Dorian Finney-Smith. He was held under 10 points only 6 times last year. Anderson open for 3. And he rattles it home. Kevon Allen, Devin Robinson, and Skylar Rimmer for the Gators. Boy, Allen must have been a menace in high school last year as the shot clock winds down at 2. Hill, and his pass down low to Rimmer, and Rimmer was able to bank it off the glass. (44-29).
Good pass.
Yep, Anderson can't finish. Allen came over, caused a little bit of a problem, but he still could have finished that one. Robinson for three, no good. But the putback by Rimmer. Devon Walker coming off that knee injury, which he sustained in July of last year. He looks like he's moving pretty well.
Yeah, he's moving well, but he's not a good shooter.
No.
He's kind of like I'm not sure where he fits in. He's a great athlete, he's a good defender.
Tillman Dunbar makes this a 15-point game. Well, the bench for Florida has been a big key to their success tonight. 27 points off the bench. Robinson puts it on the floor, caught in some traffic. Casey Hill with 3 on the shot clock. And that's more his speed as far as the mid-range jumper goes.
That's what he does. He's very good with the floater. You saw that he didn't really want to settle for the jump shot. He only took a few threes last year. He doesn't even take them. So that's what he's got to make. He's got to make those little floaters in the lane or get out in transition.
8 made threes last year for Casey Hill. 8 of 29. Sean Anderson with the ball out front.
They've done a great job in this game of closing out on shooters, even when they get beat off the dribble.
48-33, 5:45 to play in the second half. Casey Hill fouled by Will Kelly. Chance to see Bucknell on Sunday here at CBS Sports Network. They take on Wake Forest. Hill makes both free throws. Hassan Abdullah for 3. It's an air ball. And here's Dorian Finney-Smith.
I know they're very high on Abdullah, but he has not looked good tonight.
Robinson from the corner. It's good as he falls to the floor.
Huge difference in terms of you being ready to play from the beginning. You know how fast the game is. You know what you need to do.
You know what your offseason is supposed to be like.
You know everything. You've done it once. It makes a huge, it mentally and physically makes a difference. Plus, you get a lot stronger from your freshman to your sophomore.
Here's Fong for 3, no good. And the Gators pull down the board.
Like I said, though, I would like to see Egbunu get a little bit, get some more touches in the half court. See what he can do.
Enjoyed having John around these last couple of days. You would name a year where your teams would play in the NCAA tournament. He would tell you who you played in what region and everything.
And the score.
And the score. Was pretty remarkable. Points to the paint. Florida 26, Navy 16. That's been a factor tonight. Here's Abdullah. And the ball is knocked away. Here's Abdullah, right side of the lane, off to the basket. Shot is blocked, but they'll call it goaltending. Running the point, Tillman Dunbar has been on the bench the last few minutes. And a steal by Casey Hill, and now Hill into the open floor. He is fast. Oh, man. Explodes to the rim.
Yeah, that was a bad play by Abdullah there. Even though he's probably not going to play against somebody as quick and as athletic as Hill in the Patriot League, but still, that's not a good pass.
And another turnover. Allen, the freshman, goes right to the rim with his left hand. Mike White was trying to get Zach Hoskins into the ball game. You want to see a guy that works his tail off at practice. Hoskins is that guy. Shot clock goes off, but the rebound for the Gators, they'll just hold on to it. So the Mike White era gets off the grounds with a victory here tonight in the Veterans Classic by a final score of 59-41. It's the 25th straight season that the Gators have picked up an opening game victory.
Well, Coach, how does it feel to have your first game as a Gator under your belt?
It feels good. You know, it's just such a pleasure to be at the University of Florida. It's such an honor, and it feels good for these guys to come off really a long summer where we didn't have a great year, and these guys have had a chip on their shoulder, and they've worked really hard. So I'm really happy for our seniors and some of these guys that have returned. They can get off to a pretty good start. And let me just tell you, the last 72 hours has been an incredible experience for us here to to get a glimpse of the Naval Academy and what these students endure and what they end up doing to defend us and allow us to have our freedoms.